When I was 12, I was having a lot of abdominal pain.
They thought it might have been appendicitis. So we thought, okay, this is, scary but easy. So we were sitting there. They decided to do a CAT scan to get ready. We were waiting for an awful long time. So I went to the desk and I said to the lady, my daughter, I think they're going to do her appendix. I said, I was just wondering, how long it will be. And the woman said, I'm really sorry. She goes, we have a child here that needs to be rushed to Boston. And then all of a sudden I went to go move and to go back to sit with her. And then I realized they were all following me. And then I realized we were the ones that were going to Boston. We went to Boston Children's for a couple days. And then on Mother's Day, they came in and said, we have some bad news. Amelia has cancer. And it's a pretty severe case of cancer. It was considered a germ cell tumor in her ovaries. So they considered it like an ovarian cancer.
I just remember a heaviness and just thinking this can't be happening to me. This doesn't happen to me. This happens to other people.
She, made it through the surgery, but we had to do chemo.
When things are happening to you, yeah, you feel the pain, you feel discomfort, but when you start to see the physical, I remember standing in the mirror after having a fight with my mom, as a 12-year-old girl does, and I just started brushing as hard as I could because it was just coming out in clumps. It was I just felt like I was withering away.
As a father, what you want to do is, protect your family and make sure they're safe, especially when they're young like that. And I felt pretty powerless. I felt I didn't have any control over the situation. We really didn't know what the outcome was going to be.
I think, especially growing up that way, we did really have to confront the possibility of death really young. That's something I do remember in our families always saying, love you, all the time, anytime we leave, because we just never know.
I think the hardest part of seeing Amelia go through treatment as a mom is you can't fix it. I had to make a lot of hard decisions for her to survive. And one of the biggest decisions I had to make was one of her surgeries and one of the medications, and it could make it so that she couldn't have children. And that was my biggest, I think, scariest decision, because I kept going back and thinking, she's got to be alive to have a baby.
I loved taking care of my little brother. I was a little mommy, always. So hearing that I might not be able to have children was pretty devastating. One of the nurses, I believe, had reached out to Make-A-Wish on behalf of us. And before I knew it, Make-A-Wish was at our home, and they were kind of giving us the lowdown of, this is what you have, anything you could choose.
And so she's like, I get to pick and everybody has to do what I say.
When I got to pick my wish, it was like I was in control. I made all the decisions, and being given that choice of where to go, what to do, was huge for me.
Once she found out that she could make a wish, it just lit her up every time that we talked about it, and we asked her what she wanted to do and what she wanted to plan.
We watched videos and we did research, and it was just this exciting topic that we could sort of focus on.
Make-A-Wish takes care of everything for you, and they literally do. They take care of, you don't have to think. That's the one thing I've been thinking this whole time. So it was like when they said to me, we're gonna do this and you don't have to think about it. We're gonna take it over. I was like, oh, that would be great,
My wish was to go to Atlantis in the Bahamas, and to swim with the dolphins. That was my big thing, was swimming with the dolphins. I thought it would be so cool. I thought I'd be able to connect with them. They would get me or something, I don't know. I knew that we needed something together, and I really just missed. I missed my brothers.
My favorite moment from the wish trip is on the way there, we got upgraded, and me and Amelia got to go in business class, and that really set the tone for the trip.
Well, and it was so nice to be special and to be able to bring my brother along as well.
Because Amelia and Gary were separated from me when she was sick, a lot of my core memories with them are from that trip. And like, I will randomly just have like this memory of something that happened on the trip, and like all of my memories of them when we were young isn't about Amelia having cancer, isn't about her being sick or us being separated. It's about what we were doing on that trip and how fun it was.
An entire summer and a half of nothing together turned into like, oh my gosh, today we did this, or remember when that happened, and just like laughing over silly things. You know, that was my favorite part about the trip, was just the reconnection.
The Make-A-Wish trip, I think, changed all of our lives and helped us grow as a family completely. No, it's not just Amelia. We all appreciate what the Make-A-Wish Foundation has done.
I think I would, like, the words like thank you just don't, it's not enough. It's not enough. I wish that there was, I don't know, something else I could say, but just thank you. You gave me my family back. You gave me hope in a time where everything was so uncertain and so scary. And having that saved my family. So thank you. Oh my God. My son. He was born in October, and he is the most beautiful, perfect, healthy, fat baby in the world. I might be biased, but he's everything I could have ever dreamed.
And I think that's when I realized that everything that we did was worth it for her.
For me, that's when it came full circle. That it was a success. She was going to be having her child, and things were as they should be, and we're just so blessed.